Hi kids, so today we are going to have another look at the Crave, and we're going to look at some of the performance aspects of the sequencer on the Crave. It's quite powerful for performance. There are some really quite interesting tricks that you can do to get a bit of variation into any pattern that you've got programmed in there. So turn it on, and we're going to start by writing a very simple sequence. This time we are going to actually use 32 steps. So up until now I've just been looking at 8 steps. So we're going to change pages, and we're going to use all 4 pages that there are capable. So let's start very quickly. We're on page 1, press record, shift, pick the first step, press a note, and then we are going to go, and you have to swap pages. You have to press record off, record again, press page, that takes you up to the second page, shift, first note, and then same again, record off, record back on, page, look, we're up to the third page, shift, first note, yeah, and then record off, record back on, page, we're on the 4th page, shift, selecting that, and let's go down here, and then I'm going to give it a flip at the end so that there's a kind of a turnaround. So I'm going to shift and select step 8, and I am going to go up an octave, so that will step me up an octave, and there we are, and then record off, and we can have a little listen and see what we've got. Quite a simple pattern, and if you notice, all the steps which I didn't specify in between have all gone down to the kind of bass root note. That's just what they do. And here's where you can get some interesting tricks going on. So what you can do is mute steps. So if we get this playing again, get the pattern playing again, and we press shift and go into step mode, it lights up on all the steps which are alight. So if I go through, and what I've done is blanked off all of the other steps apart from the first one on each page. And if you can hear that, that's actually counting the steps as we go along, because we have got our mod source on the envelope on the filter block. Right, which brings us to the other interesting thing that you can do. If you flick this switch here, the VCA mode, and you flick it from envelope into just on, you turn the whole thing into a bit of a pad. And if I change this mod source here to LFO, changes the whole mood of it. If I put it back to envelope, and turn the sustain on, you lose a little bit of that juddery steps. What you can also do now is you can drop various bits in. And there you go. Whole new bass line. But that's not the last of the tricks that you can do. So if we change our mode back to keyboard mode, you can change the root note of the pattern. So I can drop it an octave. And that's a useful trick as well, something that you can use while you're jamming live. It keeps everything a little bit more dynamic. And that's one of the reasons that I would really encourage people to use the Crave and use the sequencer on the Crave in its own right. Yep, you can do a lot of stuff by patching MIDI in there and just using it as a sound module, but you know me, I like my 3 boxes. I like things to all do their own little stuff and then make them talk together. And one of the delights of the Behringer Crave is that the sequencer on it has got so much flexibility once you've got a simple pattern on there. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, thumbs up and all that kind of jazz. If you've made it to the end and you haven't subscribed, I think you really need to subscribe now. And I hope to see you in the next one. If you think somebody else might find this useful, please pass it on and share it around. You know, spread the word. It's always good. Share and enjoy, as they say at the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation. Bye.